Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Cody back from Relentless Built Racing. Today we're going to be working on the NB Kmiata again, trying to get the axles into the rear end, get the suspension and everything bolted up with the parts that we got from S&S Racing, and we're going to hopefully get this bad boy on the ground for the first time in a while. Let's get at it. All right, guys. Today we're going to get to work on first thing, putting these polyurethane bushings into the knuckles here. We're using the energy suspension bushings. These are the last ones that we haven't got to yet, so it's pretty simple. You get your two bushings, take your grease that's supplied, and get really messy because this stuff is super sticky. It's ridiculous. It's gonna stick all over the place. And you just put it on there, make sure everything is good to go. Nice and lubed here on both sides. And you're pretty much just gonna shove this bad boy in here any way that you possibly can. Sometimes it needs a little persuasion, you know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna do that to exactly the same thing to the other side of the bushing. And then we'll work on putting the middle pin in. Then we can take this right over here to the press. And then fit that bushing right up in that bad boy. And then it just presses itself right on in. Snug-a-dug, you don't want it too tight. Make sure it's nice and flat on both sides. And it's actually fully seated. Take a look at it, see that one's a little off. So we're gonna fix it. All right, and as you can see, there's no real big gaps. I gotta fix this side over here real quick, and then we'll put that pin in. All right, so once you get that, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna lube up this little pin, and it's gonna go right inside of there. That's what's gonna be holding your bolt as it goes through. This is where it becomes a little bit of a pain. You just gotta get this greased up. Again, this stuff is good. It'll last a little while, but it is uber super sticky. Kind of ridiculous. And this is the hard part of getting this set in there. So you kind of got to work it. And then once you get it in there, again, you're just going to press this thing. You're gonna open this thing all the way up. Not quite far enough. And then we're just gonna press this thing in. Nice and gentle, so we don't mess anything up or press out the other side of the bushing. You can see that it went past the other side of the bushing, and then we're just pressing it all the way in. Make sure we get it nice and flat. And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Bushing is pressed in there. All right, we're gonna get the other one done, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, now that we got finished putting the bushings in, we're gonna go ahead and start installing the stuff that we need. First, before we get to that, let's take a look and see what Alex Todd from S&S Auto Parts down there, I believe that's what this thing is. So it's a nice little package. I ordered a couple bolts from him, mainly the bolts that we've been missing. He sends you some pretty cool stuff. Got me a little RX-7, little Mazda Hot Wheels. He also sent me a lanyard. I've already given that to my buddy. I don't really use them, but it was pretty awesome to see that he sent you some extra stuff. So shout out to Alex Todd. If you need any used Kmiata parts, hit him up. All right, so got the lower control arm bolt that I was missing, and a few alignment bolts that I needed because I rounded some of them off and needed some spares. So we'll get these installed. We're gonna take two of these for this side over here, put this other one back in here. We'll start getting this stuff installed. Super easy, so we're gonna start with the lower control arm first. You have your two sides in the back that actually fit up to the rear subframe. They use your alignment bolts on each side, and then you have your bolt that threads through the front that goes into the knuckle right here. So we're gonna get this installed. Let's get at it. All right, guys, after some trials and tribulations, I had to pull the lower control arm back off and then do a little bit of sanding to make sure that bolt was rust-free so it'd go all the way through the lower control arm. But as you can see, we've mounted it on there. We're about to put it back up in there and then get back to work. All right, see y'all in a bit. All right, now we got that installed, we're gonna be looking at putting the DDS stage 1 axle in. As you can see, it's got the axle on the outside, so we're just gonna pull this off, put a little lube on this side, and then shove it right into the get track. We'll see when we get back. All right, guys, that wasn't too hard. Sorry I didn't show it to you. I needed both hands and my helper and everything. But we got the axle in, as you can see. DDS stage 1 axle for the get track is sitting in. I got it loosely bolted up. We're about to put the suspension in down here at the bottom. It's just one bolt that goes on the bottom and it comes up through here and into the trunk, and there's 2 bolts that go to that. So we're gonna get all those pushed in, make sure they're tightened down lightly. We're not gonna tighten anything down too bad right now. And if you wanna see, right back here behind where the fuel filler hose is where it is on this side, and you can see clearly that because the little heat shield and stuff is not here, we're going to be doing this side as well. So I'll get back with you guys as soon as we finish it up. I'll make sure y'all take a look at the finished product and we'll see what we're getting done. All right, guys, we got everything buttoned up on both sides. As you can take a look and see that we have the suspension in, axles are in, we got both lower and upper control arms bolted in. We just got everything slightly bolted. It's loose right now, so we're gonna get these bolted down. Got them on both sides, make sure everything is good. Then we'll put the wheels and tires on here in the next video. Try to get this thing on the ground. Next video we plan on doing roll bar, making sure we get that thing drilled and bolted in, and we'll start some wiring. Make sure we get the stuff up front. A few of the things we have to do on the next couple of videos is get the heater core lines routed up, get the AC condenser and all the heater cores back into the car, and get the dash back in. So that'll be coming in the next couple of videos. If you're liking the content, make sure you hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, do all that great stuff. I'll see you in the next video.